Hi, and welcome everyone to today's presentation. My name is Stefan Knutsson, and I'm an equity analyst here at ABGSC Collier. First of all, I would like to say that the presentation of Bergs Timber will be held at 12 o'clock because of technical issues. But today I have with me Polygene and the CEO Ulrika Björk. Welcome.
Thank you, Stefan. Hello, my name is Ulrika Björk, and I'm the CEO of Polygene. I would like to introduce you to the business case of Polygene and also leave some comments on the quarterly report we launched last week. So Polygene has a very strong vision that we want to transform clothes from consumables to durables. The textile industry, where we operate, is one of the hardest polluting industries in the world. Only the gas and oil sector are worse. But there is a positive thing, though. It is that everybody, you and me included, we can actually make a difference. By changing our behavior, we can actually contribute to make a more sustainable textile industry. I will start to share a slide with you, and this is from a recent launched report. It is made by McKinsey in partnership with the Global Fashion Agenda. And the purpose with this report is to show how and where the potential areas to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions that was agreed in the Paris Agreement a couple of years ago. And you see the blue color here, 61%, shows that the potential are biggest in the upstream production. And that means when you're manufacturing the garments. And that could be everything from using renewable energies to using a more green chemicals, and also in transport and packaging. And then we have the yellow, 18%. It comes from the brands. They can actually make a huge impact by choosing the right materials, how they operate the retails, and also packaging, transport. But the biggest, absolute biggest potential is in how they control the overproduction. And then we have the red area, 21%. And then actually the potential where the end consumer can contribute. And this is the area where Polygene is working. Before I go into the offer we have to the market, I would like to take you on a small journey to recap some highlights of Polygene's history. So the reason why we exist is actually because of the outbreak of SARS back in 2004. The demand for antimicrobial treatments were growing rapidly, and at Perstorp Group, they invented a product that was shown to be very efficient against bacteria, viruses, and other microbes. And Polygene was a spin-off from this company and was founded in 2006. And the name Polygene is actually a mix of the two words polymer and hygiene. So we started out in the healthcare sector, treating mainly hard surfaces. But in 2008, the sport and outdoor industry approached us to ask if this was efficient in textiles too. And test shows that it was very efficient to take care of bacteria and prevent odor in textiles. In 2012 and 2013, we had a major breakthrough. The world-leading brands as Adidas and Patagonia signed up with us and opened the door in this segment. And in 2015, the former board decided to raise external capital to build the ingredient brand Polygene around these technologies. So in 2016, we were listed at Nasdaq First North, and we also entered some new segments like home textiles and lifestyle. And in 2018, there were major changes in the company. The board decided to change the position of the company to focus more on sustainability. And I was appointed as a new CEO in January. And what we did was to build up a new organization, revise the sales and marketing strategies, and we also took a decision to focus more on innovation and product development. And in 2019, we could launch our second product, Odor Crunch. That is a non-biocide product, award-winning. And we also decided to establish some subsidiaries in China, in Shanghai and Hong Kong, to expand further. And now we are in 2020, and we launched another successful product, Viraloff, that is an antiviral treatment. And I will come back and talk a little bit more about that later on. So what is the Polygene brand offer? It consists of 3 parts. It's the technical part, that is the function itself, the chemical. Then we have the marketing part that is very important for us, as it's very important to communicate the functionality to the end consumer to be able to change their behavior. And then the third part is the service and support we provide. Polygene is a reliable and trustable partner in every sense. So I will go further into these 3 areas. And first is the technologies. As I said, we have 3 products now. It's the Stays Fresh that we've been working on since the beginning. And that is a product that prevents bacteria to grow, meaning you can actually create a textile that don't stink. And then we have the Odor Crunch, that is a non-biocide. And apart from Stays Fresh, this one will have the bacteria. You will have initially an odor, but the product absorbs the odor molecules and break them down to something your nose can't sense. And to combine these 2 products is actually to create a premium odor-free product, where Stays Fresh can take care of the bacteria growth and odor coming from inside, and Odor Crunch can absorb odors coming from the outside, like cooking fumes, like cigarette smokes, and other odors. And then we have the Viraloff that was launched actually 5 months ago today, the 7th April, and it's been a huge success. And we had a lot of attention around the world. And today I'm very happy to announce, we did a press release this morning, that we can now prove that Viraloff is efficient against the new coronavirus, the SARS-CoV-2. And we are the first company in the world who have tested against the ISO standard. And that's a huge breaking news, even if we knew since the beginning that it will work, because we tested on SARS-CoV-1 back in 2004, and we also tested against surrogates, and that was working fine too. But it's really good to have it on paper to actually show the efficiency. So how does the product go into the fabric? This is a very simple schedule of how the process, how you produce a T-shirt. And in this green fabric processing stage, Polygene's product is applied. And we use existing water baths, so there is no extra cost on the environment or for the brands. So it's a very simple and straightforward method to get the application on. And this is the 5 segments we are operating in. We have the sports and outdoor, that's still the biggest one. But we are growing in home textile, we are growing in lifestyle. And lifestyle fashion is everyday clothing, and the potential are huge in this area. And then we have footwear that add enormous value for the end consumer, but it's more challenging to get into the value chain. That's why I'm very happy and proud that we could announce the partnership with Dr. Scholl, who is one of the leading in technical insoles last week. And then we have workwear that we broke out from lifestyle because it's like 2 different kind of customers. So this is the segments we're working in. This is just to show some of the brands we are working in the different regions. And now to the marketing support. And this one is very important for us. This is actually what differentiates us from the competition. We support the brand partner, we add a value to them because they need to communicate this function to the end consumer to get them understand what they are buying and what is the benefits. So we help them with labeling, hang tags. We make sure that the hang tags are correct and compliant in all regions. We help them with digital sell-through campaigns to show them that you can sell more with adding this value. We can also support them in retail stores when we can help them with the POS material to actually communicate this. We can also provide them with in-depth studies and marketing service we made. We can show them that the end consumer appreciate and values this functionality and actually are willing to pay more if you communicate it. So to the left, you have a T-shirt retailing 25 without Polygene. And then if you add this function and communicate it and put a hang tag on, then our research shown that the customer is willing to pay up to 50% more, sometimes even more in other segments. And this is great value for the brands when they need to decide or not to go for this. We also built a concept regarding wear more and wash less. And this is a tagline we have to show the end consumer what is the benefit with buying a Polygiene treated garment. So to summarize the positive life cycle of a Polygiene treated garment. If you have a Polygiene treated garment, it will protect your garment from viruses and bacteria. That means that the garment will stay fresh and odor-free. And you can wear it more and wash less. And washing less actually helps to reduce the amount of microplastics going out to the ocean, which is a huge problem. And you will save enormous amount of water and energy. So this will extend the lifetime of the garment. And a fresh garment can also be sold again at the second-hand market. And the biggest impact is that you prolong the time until the new purchase of a newly produced garment. So that is the biggest saving. So Polygene could provide conditions that enables a more sustainable textile industry. And the third part of our offer is the global support team around the world. We have a global network working for us. And as you can see, the orange circles, it's the Polygene team. We are 26 people, 20 if you count them full-time. And they are strategically located where our customers are located and also where the production is. And the blue dots, it's the agent network. We work with commission-based agents in these regions where we don't have our own staff. And the black circle is the distributors who actually, they make sure that the product, the chemical, is in place when the production will be. And this network is supporting the whole business model. This is a very simplified model just to show how we operate. So we buy chemical from a supplier in Europe. We ship it to the distributor for stocking it to be ready to send out just in time. Then they will get orders from the mills. A mill is a fabric manufacturer, or it could be a vendor or a garment maker. They apply the additive on the fabric and put the hang tags on. And then the products are sent to the brand to be sold retail or in online. And after then, consumer will buy this product. And Polygene supports all the way. And we are not happy until the end consumer understands the benefits and wear more and wash less and change their behavior. Moving into the Q2, just very quick a recap. It's been all about viral off, of course, since we have an ongoing pandemic. We started out by treating face masks and scrubs and medical protection clothes, but soon we found new areas. And for instance, this collaboration with Milano Colori, who is the Italian consortium, they will make aftercare spray to spray on textiles after it's made. And this is very exciting for us because they will sell this globally through pharmacies, through other resellers like other brands, etc. And they haven't started yet, but I know it's ongoing because they are marketing very heavily now. This is another collaboration that is really interesting for us. We partner up with Diesel, and they want to launch a collection with virus-free jeans together with Odor Crunch. And I hope the production will be soon, because these are going to the market next year. And we got so much attention globally on this collaboration, so we actually made it to Good Morning America, where my colleague was interviewed. And this is another interesting Italian collaboration, Marsotto, who will offer viral off on all their textiles to their premium customers. And just a small comment on the quarterly report. This is just a graph over the sales development the past 7 years. As you can see, we have a little bit slower on the first half of the year, and we have more sales on the autumn. And here are some quick highlights. The net sales growth by 37%. The first half year, 18%. And I'm really satisfied with that, since we have this ongoing pandemic. We've been in lockdown. Many of our customers are suffering a lot. They actually skipped some collections because of the overstock that is built up in the world now. Gross margin around 70%, which is good. External expenses decreased by 18%, mainly due to canceled trade shows and also less traveling. And we have operating EBIT on -1.1. Compared to last year, it's a huge improvement. And the cash flow was unchanged in the quarter. And the last slide is just to comment on the share. We are listed at First North. We have 20.5 million shares out there. And the price, I think I need to revise this one, because today we hit the all-time high this morning. So I think it was almost 29. And the owners are growing with us. We have almost doubled since last year, which is very, very, very nice. And we have a certified advisor with Erik Penser Bank. And thank you for listening. And I think we will have some questions now.
Yes, thank you, Ulrika. And my first question is regarding the viral off. You launched it in April, which was very quick following the pandemic. How come that you were so quick to market with this brand?
It's because of our history. We had this knowledge within the company. And as I said, we actually exist because of the former SARS epidemic that it was. So we just dig into all the test data. We did some new testing and decided to launch it as a new trademark, viral off.
And obviously, the short-term demand has been very high.
Yes.
But how do you view the long-term demand for a product like this?
I see this is absolutely here to stay. Antiviral treatments will be growing. I saw research made in April that they predict the market for antiviral finishes in textiles will grow from $10 to $20 billion just in 5 years. And that is due to this pandemic. So the awareness is bigger than ever for this kind of functionality.
And do you think that it will affect your other business as well, like awareness of what you're doing or something like that?
I think that will also, that's included in the antimicrobial market. And as I showed you on this new McKinsey report, shows that we need to do something to change the consumer's behavior. And this is the product who can actually do it. So I think that will also grow for us.
And you mentioned that you are in a couple of different segments and that your material is applied in the middle. But how do you charge your customers for the product?
Our customers is mainly the brands, the end brand. And we have different business models depending on what kind of product. So we can charge per treated yard, we can charge per piece or per kilo. It depends a little bit of what kind of product. And we also have the price consists of actually 3 parts. It's the additive itself, and it's the right to use the brand name, the license cost. And then we have for hang tags. And this is, we mix together and present one price for the brand. But it consists of all these 3 things.
Okay, and then also on your core business, the Stays Fresh and the Odor Crunch, you mentioned that you had seen some short-term negative effect because of cancelled cancellations.
Yes.
But how do you view the long-term demand after the COVID-19 pandemic?
I think this is temporary. And we saw it in Q2. We had major customers that actually just skipped one collection. We see that some of them are picking up in Q3, but I want to be a bit reluctant to see how long this effect will be. But I am sure in 2021 this will be over, because then they need to restock and they need to produce again. So I think this is very temporary.
And obviously it's been, I can imagine, a hectic time here for you the last couple of months. What will be your main focus now to go to the end of the year?
It's still quite chaotic. We have still a lot of inquiries, and I think with this test result today, I think it will increase even more. But for myself, I will focus on building this new management team that I just appointed 2 new people to work on developing the company, and then the regions just concentrate on doing business.
Okay, Ulrika, thank you for today's presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.